Where is it? I know it's out here somewhere. Isn't it out here? Units. No, he canceled it. Way to make me look like a fool, Gatored. The whole time I'm talking about, like, oh yeah, he did some great warp prism play. Gah. Ah, well. "17 Marauders, 20 Marines on the field against the 2 very, very powerful Immortals. 5 Sentries, 12 Zealots. I'd love to see after this blink, which I believe did finish researching. Yes, it did. Love to see Charge Lot speed come out. Especially for all of these for all of the Zealots, can be very, very powerful against an infantry bio ball of Terran. You have this command center finally getting constructed, moved over, so Strelock looking to take his third will no doubt give a little bit of harass and attack behind it. Very, very common for the pros to do. And opting not for a planetary fortress, but instead to go for a command center. Makes sense. You can sort of stagger barracks along this area and create a semi-wall if you would like. Single Marine looking around. This is good. Just checking. It'd probably be better to check for the Reapers, or check with a Reaper. But just checking here, there, and everywhere for any form of hidden expansion. Why? Just in case. He knows that if his opponent's been up a base for a whole time, he's been behind, and now he'll have to shut it down. Even more Zealots warping in. Of course, we do have that charge coming through as Protoss Ground and Armor 2 is finishing. Infantry Weapon and Armor 2 is only about halfway. Thermal Lance coming through as the Colossus is but to finish. Should be the first. I don't believe I missed any coming out. No, I've not. The second is being made now. Again, keeping that Chrono Boost energy down. I do love that from Gatored. We'll see at 25 what he spends this on. And Ghosts are on the way. Mobius reactors. Lots of barracks with lots of tech labs. And that Mobius reactor guaranteeing an EMP upon the production of Ghosts. They start off with 50, but they need 75 energy. So with that upgrade, they then, and getting Cloak. Now that's interesting. We'll see what he does with that if he tries to go for a nuke. Always curious to see what people intend to do with Cloak abilities or cloaked units versus Protoss, because observers are so very common to put out. Now a High Templar archive is down, being warped in. Psystorms, always, always good against these powerful bio armies, these infantry armies. Zealot is going to be found as it walks by, and the Reaper with the Watchtower will have watched. Yes, he knows where this is going. He's saying, alright, you're heading up here, you're going to do something. Actually, he's doing the same scouting that his opponent's done. He'll eventually get spotted and intercepted by that Marine. Now we see the armies begin to shift here and there, back and forth. Holy cow, look at that bio army. One Viking leading the charge. We have total on the field 29 Marines, 34 Marauders. Strelock is maxed. He takes out that observer. But too little too late. Gatored knows what's coming, and he's probably scared. His pylons do finish. He can push himself up. He is also maxed out. And Strelock moving down to this third. He wants to knock this out. He wants to take it. Put his opponent behind in the economy. We do have the expansion, the attack going in. EMP is going down, removing the shields from a lot of these units, especially the charge lots. They do have the two, no, just the one armor. They do have the two armor with the one baseline. A lot of damage being done. These Colossus in the back doing so much DPS, burning so much of these infantry alive, but you see so many are also sliced apart by the side blades of the Zealots. Little bits and scraps of bodies left. You can see there's a drop going back in the third as the Stalkers and Zealots are moving to intercept it. Blink did finish, so Blink Micro will help us try to keep these alive as much as possible. Maybe blinking forward to try to snipe out these medevacs, prevent any sort of retreat, and they are going to get all the units killed. A great double-pronged attack by Strelock. It did take out a pylon that's got these two gateways unpowered. And he's got a command center ready to lift off and move north right there. Land, probably morph it into a planetary fortress when he does so, because sometimes it can be difficult defending against this little choke with the brush when your army can be so out of position, maybe down here in an engagement, or over here trying to defend your third, not able to move up and stop a counterattack at the fourth. You see a lot of little unit movements here and there across the map. Everyone just Strelock keeping good map control and map vision. We can see, actually, he doesn't have like really major amount of vision, as ghosts are reporting in. And here comes a big attack from Gosu Gatored, or at least moving forward. Maybe not a straight up front attack. There are a good number of nummy SCVs that these Colossus could just gobble up in their thermal lances. You will need to be careful. One Marauder being sent forward to scout. He's going to get sliced apart real quick. And the entire engagement coming in. These Ghosts going to be crucial with their EMPs. Landing on the Zealots. Not so much on the Immortals. Lots of damage coming in. And even an Archon. Few Archons coming in. Strelock trying to kite back as much as possible. And his Vikings trying to snipe out these Colossus. This Colossus and Immortal really need to get into the fight. There's a lot of DPS being missed that's really being wanted right about now. The Stalkers are pushing forward, being cut down by some of the Marauders. Not sure. Gatored is ahead in the supply. He could come out ahead of this. He is going to, forcing Strelock to go into a full retreat, blinking forward, sniping another Viking. This Ghost is just hungry to get in. An EMP down. Take away 100 shields from this Archon. The Immortal splash to whatever he can hit. More Archons being morphed in. Psystorm, I don't think even was researched. Gatored really is just using the Templar straight for the Archons. Archon Zealot is actually a very powerful mix against Bio, as the Archons themselves do bonus versus biological 47, and they splash the nearby radius. The Zealots charge forward, 11 damage with 2 swings on their side blades, and even the shield upgrades being researched now. You're going to see, are these High Templar just going to be instantly put in? They don't know Psystorm. They are being insta-morphed into Archons. Now, Strelock does have an expansion up north and is a planetary fortress, so it's relatively easy to defend, or it's at least easier to defend. But he's still down a bit on the supply. And Gatored, max out, is going to push in, slice right through the defenses of Strelock. Needs to just push forward to get these Archons up front and splash onto all these Marauders. So much damage coming in from Gatored as his Archons, his Colossus, his Immortals completely wrecking this Marauder army. It is the anti-Marauders. Bonus versus biological, bonus versus armor. These Immortals doing 65 damage a shot. And just wrecking through. Gatored powering 140, 130 supply to 85. This should be it for Strelock. He should be GGing out now any minute. Going right for the production facilities. SCVs being pulled off to at least slow this down, but the Archons one-shotting these SCVs plus a little splash. Lots of Immortals coming in doing a ton of damage. More charge lots moving in. And more reinforcements following as well. Now the Colossus have been taken out. This Viking with nothing to do because there are no air to shoot. He's even got the bonus one. Strelock goes ahead and GG's, knowing that his production facilities are going out. And he can't recover from that. Not with the low money that he has. Not with 143 to 61 supply. This Archon pointing doom. Channeling the death of Strelock. Great unit choice by Gatored. A lot of Protoss will be well, they're not a fan of stemmed Marauders. They really hate stemmed Marauders because against large gateway armies, especially Colossus Stalkers, which tend to be high DPS units, they fall apart quickly. But an excellent choice going for the High Templar just for the Archons, getting the Zealots to charge lots to follow up as a mineral dump, and then having the Immortals also for the anti-armor. The Colossus did their high DPS. They fell, but that's fine. Their allies, their fellow warriors carried on after. Gosu Gatored has tied up the series 1-1, and we are going to be moving into Game 3. I will see you there.